So how we do it? We just think of Saturday, the initials of Saturday, or S.A.T. So the feedback should be specific, clear cut, and later on we'll explore how is it done, and actionable as well for the A. Actionable meaning we could demonstrate it, the person you're providing feedback can observe how is it done properly. And lastly, the T stands for the timely feedback. So it helps others understand your comments or your observation, then focus that comment on a clear-cut specific thing, and it outlines the impact to others. So let's see this one by one. So when we say specific, we inform that it has what has not been accomplished, or what has not been accomplished. Meaning, when we say specific, there's really a target. Like for example, just to give an immediate example in sales, so if he hits the target 10 million, so if there's a specific gap with that, let's say 8 million, so there's a 2 million difference, so that's very easy. Now we will need to inform the particular person or that subordinate of ours that he or she has not accomplished 2 million in order to have the target of the 10 million quota. So we need a certain specific information. Or like, for example, the person is being late. So we should relate the specific time as well as the date that he or she is being late. Because sometimes the tendency is just to say, you're always late, you're always absent. So giving that particular feedback is wrong, because we need to be specific so that the person could see what are you talking about in terms of your giving feedback. And then second, when we say specific, we explain the rationale, the impact of his or her action. Like, especially in a manufacturing company where assembly line, like for example, an assembly line, it's very important, that you explain to, like, let's say the manufacturing manager or the supervisor, if he or she is late, how his particular assembly line could affect the other line, right? And providing data points. So now, since we are in a data analytics world, we need to provide certain data such as key performance indicators or KPIs, metrics, as well as the observable behavior based on the patterns of the behavior of the person. Now, this gives me the specific feedback is just like the story that I've told you for the Grab driver Miguel. No? He really gives the specifics in terms of, or the rationale why he chose the Ayala Avenue route rather than the Arnaiz or Pasay Road route, because of the number of stoplights, and not only that, converting those into time element or minutes. Okay, the next is actionable feedback. So in terms of actionable feedback, so as I've said earlier, we need to demonstrate it on how to do it. As the saying goes, we cannot give what we don't have. So what we need to do is, if we're telling the person on how to do it, we need to demonstrate it, we ourselves, so that he or she could do it, so that they could clearly see what's the standard of how to do the things that we want to do or achieve. And then it's also clear and repeatable and observable on how is it done. Okay. So a good example of this is martial arts, right? Or being a Lean Six Sigma practitioner, there's the yellow, green, black, master black. Or just like in martial arts, they adapted that there. No, there's a clear demonstration of how to do things in terms of solving problems, in terms of using the make or the processes that they need to undergo. It's clear and repeatable, and it's also observable. There's an end result that needs to be seen on how they failed or how they exceed or how they achieve the target. And lastly, it should be timely. No? It should reinforce recent and relevant actions and provide just-in-time guidance. So the problem here lies especially in the performance management system of most of the companies are still following the format of yearly or semi-annually. Now, if you give feedback on that time frame, it's already obsolete. So that's why, as much as possible, the ideal should be on a monthly at least, or even a weekly basis. Especially if you're handling just a small team, so it's important to be on a weekly or monthly basis. But if you have a larger team, quarterly would do in order to provide feedback. But still, the time element is very important as well in providing feedback. So you need to observe the person. No? So I'll just tell you a side story. There was this person when I was working in a bank. I was the training manager, and I have a training officer. And what happened is that I was tasked, of course, to administer the performance appraisal for her. And but unfortunately, her dog died that day. And what happened was, uh, before, I was not that sensitive to those issues, so or not having the knowledge of having a timely feedback. I just said, it's only a dog. So we need to do this performance appraisal, or else you're not gonna get any bonus. So I was insensitive on that time, but now I realize that that's also plays a critical timing in terms of providing feedback, which is timely. So what is important here is we need to also observe very well are the people that are under us. No, and if they have certain problems, we need to we need to know that as well as their manager, supervisor, or leader.